the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, by His grace, I am happy to meet you all in the End Time Events program. Let's get into today's session discussing important matters. First, regarding the Israel-Iran issue, there seems to be a ceasefire or peace agreement in place now. All of us know that even in the previous episode, we saw how things were. Now, Trump has made a very important statement that striking Iran again is not far off. He said that if Iran resumes uranium enrichment or if it's found they are preparing for a nuclear bomb, they will strike immediately. At the same time, the International Atomic Energy Agency is supposed to impose restrictions, but Iran has pulled out of these agreements. Not only that, it's being said that within a week Iran will resume uranium enrichment. So this is happening on one side. In the midst of this, the US has told all its citizens to immediately leave Iran. They have issued a warning to evacuate immediately. The reason behind this isn't yet clear. Meanwhile, it's reported that Israel might strike Iran within a week, according to a senior Iranian official who mentioned on July 1st. So, all of this is creating a tension atmosphere. It might seem like peace in place, but each person's tweet or statement hints that something major is about to erupt again. In the middle of all this, Trump is saying, I was the one who protected Ayatollah Khamenei, and others are warning the US to be cautious or else face severe consequences. None of this really looks like a true peace agreement. It's only a talks level, but in reality, there's a high chance of a major war breaking out soon between these nations. From my understanding, it feels like they are waiting patiently only because something big is being planned. If the Lord's will, we will share more about this in the upcoming episodes. Now, another major topic that's been flashing everywhere on every TV channel, on WhatsApp group or over the past week is global warming. There's already been the Paris Agreement signed in France where nations agreed to make sure global warming doesn't exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius. It was the pact made to keep that target under control. India and China didn't sign that agreement because it involved regulations that would restrict industries and factories, which they said would negatively affect India's economy. However, now all the nations of the world are claiming they are strictly following the Paris Agreement, but we have already crossed the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit by this 2025. They say 2024 was the hottest year. We have already crossed the 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold. Events expected to happen by 2050 might already start to happen in 2025 is what is being told. That means as the earth heats up, various things that could catch the fire or burn up are now being to be happen. That is what experts are saying. We have been talking about global warming since 2012. Back then itself, we said this would happen and we have been saying it ever since. What is this a sign of? In 2 Peter 3:10, the Lord clearly says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens will pass away with a great noise, and the elements will melt with fervent heat. Both the earth and the works that are in it will be burned up. So it says the earth is being reserved for fire. That means the next major destruction of the earth will be by fire, and this is what we are beginning to see unfold now. For the past 20-30 years, global warming has been on the rise. Back in 2000s, they talked a lot about holes in ozone layer. Now, with the increasing heat in many countries, even cars parked on the roads are catching fire. That's how extreme things are getting. So, the temperature that was expected by 2050 has already arrived in 2025 due to global warming. It's been declared that we have now entered an emergency alert phase and a global warming has been issued to all countries. Alongside this, another event is happening that aligns with the prophecy in the Bible, which we will now look into. The exact thing is mentioned in Revelation chapter 6 verses 12 to 15 that we saw that now is one of the effects of global warming. But if we read verses 15 and 16, it says, and the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every freeman hide themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains. Recently, there was a very significant news update. That one country in the world has built underground bunkers for 100% of its population, designed to protect them from nuclear war, solar tsunamis, or any kind of natural disasters. They have been planning this for the past 20 to 30 years, and now beneath every house they have built these underground shelters. So in case a nuclear war or a natural disaster like a solar tsunami happens, their people be protected. Now, while it may not be exactly 100% compared to other nations, this country have given far more importance to the safety of its people. So when we read Revelation 6:12 to 16, we can see that these people have already started preparing for what's coming. That's what it means. While all these serious issues are unfolding, the Jews are busy doing their work. At times, the things they do create anger or resentment among other nations, yet they do it all so casually. For example, recently Iran attacked the Mossad headquarters, Israel's intelligence agency. It was a very serious attack, but do you know what Israel tweeted in response? Yes, the headquarters was indeed attacked, but everyone who was inside is now in Iran doing surveillance. Just think about that, how humorously they handle such a serious matter. Similarly, there has been a major conflict on the Temple Mount, and recently they have started putting their sign up boards in various places. Everything is ready. What kind of boards, you ask? They have put up signs that say, "This way to the house of Lord," pointing towards the Temple Mount, the locations of the future third temple. These signs are now being placed on every street that leads towards the Temple Mount, saying, "This way to the house of God." Even though the temple hasn't built yet and construction hasn't even started, they have already put up these signs everywhere. Now think about that. They are clearly very confident about the third temple. Even in the midst of so many global crises, they are focused on this mission. So think about who these Jews are and who the Israelites are. If the Lord's will, we will meet you again in another episode of End Time Events. God bless you.